Yes, I know. That's the scariest thing in the world.
It is. We're hot.
Well, we're hot.
Yeah.
Speaking of hot,
Yes.
this podcast is hot.
Hello.
Two Dads, One Dut.
Yeah.
The Hot Takes Podcast. Episode 52, card pickup.
No, there's no colon.
I know, but it just plays better.
It doesn't.
52 card pickup. How about that?
Thank you.
So.
Read the board. It's on the board.
It is.
Bitch, you don't like it. Go home then.
52 card pickup. We are doing a top 3 today of card games.
Involving
Cards.
52 of them.
52 card, 4 suit decks. So no
Any of
Uno,
them.
no Skip-Bo, no Rook.
We're
No
talking
tarot,
hearts.
no magic,
We're talking
no Yu-Gi-Oh.
spades. We're talking clubs.
Pinochle.
We're talking
Bridge.
diamonds. The
Anything
other one.
that has to do
Cards.
with
We're
an
talking
actual
bridge.
deck of cards.
We're talking
Boom.
solitaire.
Anything
We're talking
from
free
there.
cell.
Correct.
Free
Yeah.
swell. Sounds good. We're going to hit you with the grocery list and the newly introduced last week Shop Talk.
Shop talk.
Of course, we have Wabs. Everybody loves the Wabs. Top 3, and then we're going to close this week. It looks like Trav has the hot take, which we will find out later on this episode what that actually is.
Hey, how are ya?
in fact, more importantly, if it is actually a hot take.
Yeah, I'm going to
Is it
try
gonna be a
for...
hot take, or is it let's get rid of catsup?
Or is it just a skirt take? Yeah.
Because you mean hot takes.
Nope.
I've
At this,
gotten 2 for 2 in the last 2.
sure, man.
Anyways, before we get there,
You're playing
let's
T-ball.
get started. Let us know the presenting sponsor of this podcast.
Yes.
It is.
As always, our presenting sponsors, MVP Lanes. They rack 'em, you smack 'em, where everyone is an MVP. Fort Wayne's most valuable pins. Your classic bowling facility, freshly remodeled inside Bruner's Pub, home of Fort Wayne's first bottoms-up system. Collect 10 Bruner's Pub magnets. Next beer is on the house. Ask AJ for one, ask Mark for one. Fresh lunch menu, same concept, 10 lunches, 11th lunch is on the house. Right now, it is the Nashville Hot Chicken. So,
Ooh.
if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Hot take.
Yeah, MVP
We're coming
Lanes.
Hot Chickens, Hot Takes. As always, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google, Amazon, and for your viewing pleasures, we are on the boob tubes. As always, smash the like, hit the subscribe,
Yeah.
write a review. We love to hear it.
Do whatever you want. It's
Yeah.
a free world.
You're the offspring.
Yeah.
This is our gift to you.
You
Ye-
are.
yes.
We do it for you.
You're the legacy.
Yes, you're the legacy offsprings.
Speaking of.
See, so now I'm hoping this will sound right on the YouTube video, because honestly, it's funny watching it. It just looks like you're holding a phone up and we're just all like, to silence. Clapping, applause.
Well, I think it's just better now. Yeah.
And we are back. 2 Dads, 1 Dut, the Hot Takes Podcast. As always, I am your 1 Dut, Justin Dutteroy.
I am Trav Dad, one of the dads, Offspring Nation. Let's ride.
Okay. I'm the real dad of the pod for now. Skir Dad, Brandon Brenner.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into it. The on the grocery list, we have the shop talk items. So we did get a couple people write some stuff in to add, but I already had a lot on here, and I figure let's space it out. Let's leave some meat on the bones.
Well, we're growing. We have to siphon every week. So sometimes you're going to write in, you're not going to make the cut, but we want you to keep doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You will not be forgotten, any and all offspringers. So know that. My first one, you're gonna love this. Gender reveals. I want to talk about them.
Okay.
I was able to go to my first one this past weekend.
Hopefully it's your last.
This is where I think it's a hot take on your part, and just honestly, you kind of being a shitty person. They're actually really fun.
It depends on what it is.
Correct. But this one was fun.
If it burns down California, it's probably not a good gender reveal.
That happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Wowzers.
did like the shoot, and then it blows up, and then they started a forest fire in California.
That was okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
take
yeah.
notes.
Now, again,
Scale it down.
before you start blasting my good name,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that a
Scrambled
gathering
babies.
and a party wasn't a good time, because that's probably what it was. I'm going to guess the gender reveal took all of, 5 minutes?
Give or take.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had a good time at a party.
I will say this. I showed up. There was a incredible,
Spread?
incredible brunch spread.
Nice.
It was awesome. I actually already had breakfast prior to, so that was idiot on my part. Didn't really read the details. I was also going to go to the wrong place. Didn't
Love
realize it was a unique location for this. I was just going to go to Brad and Rachel's house.
Destination.
Glad I picked some people up and they corrected me.
Where are you going, bud?
Yeah, and No, I mean, they had the poppers, and I feel like they are just a staple for gender reveals. And honestly, I get them. I also want to know who's behind putting the actual gender inside said poppers.
I think you buy them from Party Supply Outlet does it.
Oh, okay,
Like
but
you
like
just buy pink or blue ones. So like it's
somebody's
like
a
the mom
double
or
agent.
The aunt, they get the doctor sends them the envelope with the
Yeah,
thing
the doctor
in
sent
there.
it,
And then
whether
you
it's
play
a
on the
cake
part.
or the bakery
And
or
Okay.
this, they send that person what
Yeah.
the gender is.
Okay, but then here's where we had fun with it. The degeneracy kicked in, and I think four or six of us, because we kept it even, we just did straight up gentlemen's bets with each other. Like we bet $20 if it was going to be a boy or a girl, and you just found a guy or a girl, matched up, and you said, let's bet it. So it made it a lot more fun for us when the poppers popped.
What'd you bet?
Girl.
Nice.
Got
Not
it.
to be a stickler, but a gentleman's bet is when there's nothing on the line.
I know, but we're gentlemen. We're at a gender reveal, so we didn't want to really respect to the babies.
Bet responsibly.
But then I put here, I noticed reflecting on the weekend, there were a lot of them this weekend. Like I think there was 3 alone from the people that I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, is there a gender reveal season? Is that a thing?
Springtime.
Because it's got to be like
Does the babies come?
pretty.
Yeah, you jack it up in the winter. 9 months later.
Because I'm like,
Everything
it's
was
natural.
closed. A little COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
You're in close quarters.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe there is. So gender reveals. I actually think they're surprisingly delightful.
If done correctly. Like
Yeah.
I don't need a slam dunk and then the basketball pops open. I don't need an ex-baseball player that now plays min league softball to
Right.
strike out on a ball 3 times and then hit it.
I mean, but I'm there for the fun, the free beer, and like I said, the brunch spread. If I hadn't eaten, it would have been awesome.
Right, you're
I
there
mean,
for
if you're
a good
getting all
party.
that
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
You're there for the party.
So it sounds like everything's awesome, other than you just hate the fact that it's labeled gender reveal.
No, because they, like you said, they,
Like,
now
what if we
they're
just
going
call
to
it
these-
baby party?
No, because they're going to these elaborate.
If I don't have to do anything, then bet. Tight. Sick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just yes, if you want to just have people over and then just say, pull out an envelope, it's a boy, it's a girl, all in on it.
So you just want it to be plain Jane as possible.
Correct.
That's your
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
Things are just they're getting ridiculous.
Well, that's a hot take, I think.
Yeah.
But
I don't
anyways,
need to shoot down a hot air balloon and then it explodes in pink or blue flames.
shop talk. Next on the list. This is a quick one. Handshakes. I think they're very underutilized. I think everybody should have a unique handshake to their friends. Molly and I made one night drunk at Arena. I wish for the life of me I could remember it, but shout out my dude Joe. Like
That's been awesome.
we just kept doing the like.
I remember it if you want to do it.
Do you? Yeah. Well, my new thing now when I get like a buzz going is I want to do the forearm handshakes. I love them when you connect right and it's just the fucking
That's
so
a Herculean handshake.
so good. Love them. But we did the one where we just like did a clean dap and then we do the like 2-finger spread and we just scissor each other.
Nice.
I love it. And you just like lock in that way. Sick. So handshakes. Shop talk.
Now me and Nate have a handshake.
Do you?
Another barber.
Yeah.
We created one,
See?
and then everybody's jealous, and I'm like, "You'll get yours." I just got to come up with it. It's a vibe thing.
It really is.
Like I got to get our own uniqueness has
Yes.
to be a part of it. So I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
here's what we're gonna do.
It truly, like Joe literally in the moment, because first he was like, we just did literal scissors, and he's like, nah, don't like that. And he's like, do this, yeah, full fingers. So it was sick. Shop talk.
Well, it was like that episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Peralta's late for all like their morning meetings, and finally, the commissioner was just or the captain created an individual handshake with everybody but Jake just to punish him.
Love it.
So when they were done, everybody walked out. He did this, and Peralta was so mad about it.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great.
Because he's like,
You're
obviously,
the one left out.
well, and it's just not a very Holt thing to do, to
Yeah.
like do handshakes or be in on that
Oh,
stuff.
not
So
even
it's like,
close, yes.
you know, Peralta's, yeah, he's pissed. Okay, shop talk. This next one, I call it and I label it non-GMO gluten-free people. We need to talk.
I don't know what that means, but all right.
So we are, and again, respectfully, we work with a few people that have, what do you want to call it, like specific
Food
eating,
allergies?
I was going to say food preferences.
They're food allergies.
Heavy emphasis on the air quotes. Love them both. But again, Sunday, usually the day that the majority of the world's hungover. Our coworker was hungover, and during his lunch, you know, we stagger him usually, but I'm back there with him. He's got a big old bag of Wendy's. And I literally now at this point, because again, I think it's one of those, like we talked about, if you're going to talk some shit, you should be able to say it right to their face. And I go, I don't think that really aligns with like what your eating things are, right? And he's just like, you know, man, like it's just, you know, sometimes you gotta hungover. And I'm like, I don't get it. Because any other time when you're sober as a goose and we want to order pizza, you do this whole spiel about like, I wish I could eat some, man. I can't get it from there. I can't, it's gluten, it's GMOs. And it's like, I just watched you eat 3 junior bacon cheeseburgers. Stop it.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah. Ugh. If he's impeding on you guys getting a lunch for everybody with that and then comes in with that, then yeah, fuck that guy, dude.
Not even...
He sucks.
And it's not even the impediment. It's you're just going to talk about how you can't have this lunch with us, ultimately to arrive back at, okay, what fucking pizza are we getting? Because we're going to eat it because it's fucking good. You can go do whatever you want.
Have fun.
Go play with your fucking lettuce, your salads, I don't care. Non-GMO shit, go that way. Yeah, respectfully, of course.
Respectfully, of course.
Yeah, shut up.
I have one.
You
There
do?
it is.
Yes, it's catching on.
So, I don't know if I'm full-fledged ready to have the conversation, but
Okay.
I'm rewatching it,
Okay.
and I don't know if Winston's the best character on New Girl.
Yeah, because it's Nick or Schmidt.
It's Schmidt.
No, it's Schmidt, but I think I could at least have the conversation if you're going to pitch Winston to me.
No, because here's the thing. Schmidt...
He's so good.
No,
Winston is.
Schmidt is longevity. He is from start to finish, crushes it. Winston, he couldn't find his lane there for a second, and it's because they started with Coach, and then he left the show, and then he came back to the show just to leave the show. Like, what are we going to do here? I don't know. But, yeah, it's...
No,
Classic CC and Winston mess
Mess
arounds.
around. Yeah.
there was an episode, the one where they're camping in Thanksgiving, and Jess falls in the bear hole,
Oh, yeah.
and Nick just goes and dives into it. Nobody says anything. Winston just goes, head first? Why?
Oh, it's good. Yeah, I mean, he's got some ones where he's the extra in the friend group that has very precise and awesome input.
You don't realize how important they are.
Yeah, it's...
Dude, every time I make eggs, I always think about when they go to Jess's mom's house and she's trying to parent trap her and her dad again.
Yes.
And he's like, Jane, I ain't gonna lie to you, girl. There's shells all up in these eggs. Because if I just eat I ain't gonna lie to you, girl.
Well, no, and oh god, I wish I would have wrote it down. But I mean, Shop Talk, I didn't know it was coming. Wish you would have prepped me for it. When he does the one where he has to get in like the zone, and he gets on the phone and he's like, "Yo, girl, Cece, what up? It's your boy Winnie the Bitch."
He needs
I need to
soda.
be I know on the
Yes,
couch right
horizontal.
now. I need a stir straw.
Yeah, it's so good.
Well,
Okay.
and I think it was season 2 finale. It was the one where they break up Cece's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like Nick and Jess officially do their thing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get away, and they go to the door, and Schmidt now has to make a decision between the two girls.
Yeah.
And Winston's like, I know this probably isn't a good time for this, but I need you guys' thoughts. I'm thinking about starting a puzzle.
I love it.
There's just like this dramatic
love
scene,
puzzles.
and he's just so bad at them.
He gets like weird horny into puzzles. Like,
He has
he's,
to take
like,
his clothes
pants
off.
off. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's classic Winston. Okay, nice. Thank you for coming into the
But
show.
we need to revisit this because I think it's not as clear cut. And I put Schmidt as like my second number one character of all time just in sitcoms.
Yeah.
So it's high praise.
Okay.
But rewatching specifically to that show, I think Winston's a bigger player than I thought.
I think it's just because now you're rewatching it and you already know what like Schmidt does, and
You
watch
look
it
for different
again, You know
things.
what Nick does. You watch it again. You can point out like CC does have like some episodes, and now you're just like, all right, Winston.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you in the background coming back up now, dude.
I'm a big nickname guy too, so like Winnie the Bish is just awesome. I love it's goated. Okay, Shop Talk. Different pod, different day. My next one is canceling streaming services until the rules change. So I want this to be almost like for our hundreds of offspring out there, like
What does that mean?
again, a shout out, a calling to people that are debating it or thinking it. I did it today as the cliche August 1st. I've turned into my mom, which I never thought I would. Shout out, Mom.
Martha.
Pay all my bills on the 1st now just to be done with them. Don't care when they're due, whatever. Boom, done. I said, I am going to cancel every streaming service I have until there's more rules in place, because you know they're coming to where you can just cancel and start up whenever you want with no penalty, no fee, nothing. So it's like, I found myself when I was dog sitting, there's content out there for us, but I don't think it's as high value as we think. We're just getting more and more bored or wanting to fill our time with shit. I got done watching Andrew Garfield's new show on Hulu, which I love Garfield. Fucking shout out. I think he's one of the best Spider-Men.
Under the banner of God?
Yeah, under the banner.
Really good,
yeah, banner of heaven.
One of the best Spider-Man. There's been like 4.
No, I love him.
One of them.
And I got done, and I literally go, I just spent like 8 to 10 hours on this show, and I don't think I give one absolute fuck about it. Like, I didn't want to go to Reddit to read like any sort of loopholes or like, what did I miss? Explain this. I was like,
it's just that good of a show. Gave you what you needed.
no, it didn't. And that's why I was like, because at first it started with, I'm going to place value in, if I watch one movie on Netflix, I'll say that's $1. So in theory, I need to watch 15 movies at least a month to equate to my subscription. And then even that hit me where I'm like, some of these movies I watch, sure, they're my secret shame ones, but like when I try to branch out, they fucking suck. And I'm like,
one movie equals $1?
That's what was my simple math. It just,
All right.
it
That's
made
not
sense.
enough. Like, you should equate to like an hour.
Okay, well, an hour's $1, whatever.
Something.
Essentially,
Yeah.
You're not watching 15 movies.
3/4 of a movie's $1. I don't, whatever you guys math
I'm
wants
just saying,
to do.
a movie in the movie theater is $14.50.
Yeah, but here's my thing. So I say all that to say,
Or
like,
discount.
cancel all this shit until like something comes out that really matters to you. So it's like when Outer Banks season 3 comes out. Shout out John B. Shout out Sarah Cameron. Hello. Like, I will resubscribe, watch that show, and then I'll cancel it again. Like, there's nothing stopping us from basically trying to save money and cut corners
Too much work.
where we can.
People don't care.
It's actually super easy. I did it today.
No, I'm saying like it's just to like rent it, renew. I don't see the bill. It just comes on the card. Like that's why they do it because you're.
But that's
not
what I'm
gonna
saying.
do that.
So just be fucking better.
But he has kids, so it's different.
Sure.
He doesn't know what they're watching. I mean, he probably knows what they're watching, but like they're at home. He's not going to be like, Ozark's done. I'm going to fucking cancel until a new show comes out that I
Dad!
hear
Well,
about.
I guess.
Where's the kid's profile?
Okay, so tie a bow on it. I say all that to say, I can't.
You bought NFL subscription.
No, I can't tell you how many nights it's like you go to Netflix, you maybe add a couple to the queue because they're like, oh, these movies are goated, but you don't actually watch them, and then you go to Amazon Prime and you're like, what's new here? You go to HBO, like you do this rinse and repeat of like, I just wasted 30 minutes of my life and I didn't even touch a single second of actual footage.
Yeah, but I'm not getting rid of Amazon Prime.
I know. I said that's the one thing I won't either because I mean, shit, I get stuff sent to the store so much to our work where the USPS lady literally goes, gee, wonder who this package is for, and is almost like genuinely pissed at me. And I'm like,
Sorry you had to do your job.
yeah, sorry you dropped off my fucking book.
Are we like so far out of the way that you went to this business? Oh, now I got to walk 12 feet to this business?
Yeah, I was like, whatever. But yeah, shop talk.
So real quick, just because we're on that topic, I read today they are officially closing AMC on DuPont.
Really?
As they should. Shout
No,
out my boy Jeff. He said it's a fucking dumpster fire out there. He said it's no man's land.
If
like,
it's not Regal, it's not for me.
yeah, he said it's.
They don't have Coke
It's
products
the
there.
movie
Drives me
theater
nuts.
equation
That's why they're so
of.
goated.
So Mad Max, the new one, like it's just decimated. Just I mean, Badlands. I mean,
Before COVID, it was the spot to be at.
This guy had never been
Hot
to
take.
Coldwater. I know that.
Yeah.
hot take.
Was the spot?
R.I.P. Man, saw so many movies there. It's gonna be sad.
Shop talk.
I've seen a couple.
This last one is gonna be.
There's another one.
Yes, one
Shut
more. Well,
up,
you
man.
fucking introduced yours, so I had to, improvise.
Oh, so you got to be last. I got to make up one, so I'm last now.
No, it's on here. I wrote it down. This one's gonna be kind of like an homage to us. Is that? I think I'm gonna use that word right.
Is that the word of the week? Homage.
I could be sick. I'm not gonna write that down. Fuck.
I got it. Don't worry.
Do you? Okay.
Steel trap.
I put here again dog sitting. A lot of time to myself, which is for better or worse. I said internet and social media content every day has become this proof to me that you should just go and try shit. Try and make it. Try and do shit. Like we talked about it at work a little bit. The bar couldn't be lower. Like so to me, it's one of those where us doing this, like it's so fun and like we all three genuinely enjoy it. Just because we don't make an episode that goes insanely viral the next day. Shocker, we're not some smoking hot chick shaking our ass in fucking legging shorts. Like,
Is this what you want?
but that's what I was thinking about where I'm like, for me personally, appreciate this because we're doing something that's genuine, it's us, and we're creating shit that I assume or I feel like holds value to some degree where it's not like, what are you going to do for me now? Like, what's next? Because we're not doing viral fucking dances and all that bullshit. So it's like, yeah, just all the offspring out there. Just Chase your dreams.
Appreciate you.
It's a very hard left turn from your original stance of there's too much shit on the internet. We should shut it down.
Well, no, so I guess that's kind of nice you play into it. I said, that's why I put in our group message, I'm like, as much as, you might have that, lottery chance of lightning in a bottle going viral, I don't want us to make fucking stupid ass dances and follow some trend because, shocker, when we tried to do videos unorganically, they were terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely garbage. Like, I hope when we have some highlight reel, we can show those and just be like, yeah, this is what we tried to do, and it's butt.
Someone play the song, let's do a dance.
One was awesome.
Let's do
Turn up, turn down.
We all just
strike
twerk on a
pose.
wall. Yeah, so shop talk. That was it. That was a good shop talk, man.
You crushed it, dude.
That was sick. We crushed it.
That's right. We
As a
did.
tripod, as a holy trinity.
There
Okay.
it is.
Yeah. Make some sounds. Segment change.
That one's dead.
Boom. Dead topic.
On to the next.
Labs.
Before we get into the wabs,
Hello.
I wanted to give you guys the full background on the social experiment I'm going to do with my penis tonight.
Yeah, we got a text message about
That's
this.
out of context. Just so you know. Me and Skr still don't know what he meant by that.
Sent
we
him
just
a good
got
message?
We
Yes.
just got a text that said, "Hey,
Social experiment tonight with the old member.
yeah,
So, what I'm going to do, maybe from here on out, or a few times for people to gauge some like perspective, I'll take one, is I'm going to document every time I pee in the time in between said pees
okay."
to truly figure out, let's gather some data.
So you're gonna do you're gonna set your control as just like you sober at work, drinking coffees, and then you're gonna compare that to like Saturday nights when you got the BLs flowing.
I didn't think that far. I was actually just going off of the pod.
Well, yeah, no, you need to document like
Yeah,
what
you
you're
need to
intaking.
control.
So they're like, oh, I drink every 2 hours when I've had 2 pots of coffee, or I'm 10 Bud Lights deep now. I'm drinking or I'm peeing every 20 minutes versus my normal every 3 hours. Like you have to have a control.
Sure, baby steps. I'm going to start here with the pod. Yeah, so I'm going to keep track of this tonight. So just
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's just every time you get up, it's video evidence. You could just go back and rewatch.
So, anybody that watches the old YouTube, welcome to the SPE, the social penis experiment.
Hello, don't call it that.
Yeah.
The SPE?
Just call it pee experiment.
Yeah, we'll
not
work on it.
penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know what's coming
I mean,
from.
it's what is that? We're workshopping it.
We're workshop.
It's fine. Okay, so we have some offspring wabs to shout out. So,
Wabs.
wab about it. This one coming from my boy Eric, who,
Shout
if,
out E-Money.
if you remember from a story on earlier pod, he's the one where I was actually friends with his dad first.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, Eric works at the deck, and his worst, because I saw him actually on Saturday, he got stiffed on a $600 bar tab at the deck. And it was your classic, he said, guy lined up like 50 shots or some bullshit and was just trying to be Rico Suave.
Uh-huh.
Paid the 600 and then just did the
Did
line.
tip.
Yeah, and Eric made probably the best response that any bar like employee you'd want from them. He goes, "I appreciate it, man. You kept Don Hall's lights on. You paid some bills tonight, but you absolutely fucked me. Like, you have to know that I made zero off of that, and you're a piece of shit."
What'd the dude say?
He didn't say anything to him, obviously, because it's the deck, but
Oh.
I said for his best because
At least he confronted him first before he started talking shit about him.
No, he didn't
That's
confront
a
him
win.
at all. He
Maybe-
just said it to Travis. He didn't say
Oh,
it
I
to
thought
the
you
guy.
meant he said it literally right to his face.
no, to my face.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, he maybe hasn't heard this episode yet, so
Either way.
he'll
Okay.
catch on.
Oh, he hasn't heard the episode we're recording live right now?
No, the one about talking shit. You got to do it in person first. But his best was to play off of that. He said he still just makes a fuck ton of money. Like the deck is still just doing grand.
Does he support the line or the not line? I bet he's a big line guy.
No, he said he doesn't understand like when that shit happens. Like because he knows. I mean, he's
Yeah.
a Fort Wayne native. So
You got to know to serve your friends first, paying customer highest tip.
I told him, I said, Dut's got the play where you get in where you fit in. And
The
Eric,
hierarchy pyramid.
Oh yeah.
Eric said the same thing. He goes, "That's exactly how I do it." He goes, "I don't give a fucking shit."
Yeah.
He goes, "You got those people that chirp at you all night," and he's like, "I will actively avoid you because my boys are in the corner or my friends are over here." Like,
Yeah, because you got the guy that's getting a fucking $600 tab that's tipping you zero.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work for little reward.
so good.
Where you getting me 3 BLs, I'm giving you $10 off the rip every time, my guy.
Yeah, it was a great. I respected everything about it.
Good for him, man. Eric,
Yeah.
keep the wabs coming.
Yeah, shout out Eric. Offspring Wabs. So now we'll dive into ours. Let's get super negative town.
Soup's negative town.
I'll start off.
Yeah, go. I would say I just got done talking, so I'll take a breather.
And it's actually pretty topical here. So
Stiffed a bartender.
No.
Nice.
And when this is the worst of the week, overall not a bad week. So
I love that.
got
Yeah.
together.
A positive negative.
Yeah, just had a really bad run of cards. I lost probably 5 out of 6 games.
Been there.
It's not fun. I don't
Oh,
care
yeah.
what game you're playing. Nothing's on the line. You just
Did you lose at the same game, same partner?
Nobody loves
Same
a cold
game,
streak.
different partner.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's where it gets bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're the common denominator.
See,
I gotta pee.
and it's never fun.
That's one.
Tally mark.
Tally it.
Tally it up, and it just
Were
again.
you guys playing euchre or hockey?
What? Hockey.
Oof.
Yeah, that's when it's bad.
Yeah.
And you lose some overtime games. It's never fun.
Yeah.
You just assume you're gonna win.
Were some of them your fault, or were you just getting caught like your next person's laying jacks and then your partner's being a fuckhead?
Well, it's funny that you say that because the first series that we played, it got to be game 3, and I even made the statement. I said, I think in 3 games I've had 2 jacks.
Ooh.
It's tough. 3 total games.
Yeah.
Not shifts.
We'll talk about what
Games.
that means later.
We
It
will.
might come up later.
Yeah. But no, I did apologize on one of the plays. I was like, no, I actively made a mistake. Like, I'm sorry for that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's the reason we lost, but nothing was blown out. And I think that's what's worse when you lose by a goal. It's just.
Who'd you blow out?
Nobody. He lost, remember?
Somebody's back.
Yeah. So yeah,
His
just
brain.
having a good time playing cards, and you're just on the table stinking the place up. It's never fun.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's tough. All right, Dad, what's your worst?
My worst happened, I think, Wednesday before. So my nephew was leaving out of town for flag football competition again. Shout out G Money.
How'd they do?
Grayson. I don't know. I didn't hear about
Okay.
this one yet. I haven't seen him yet.
Clearly didn't win. I got to shout out the second he won, like 20 minutes after
Oh,
he got his
really?
ring. Yeah.
Oh.
First time he went up there, they got a ring, first place. This
Nice.
time they probably thought they were big dick shit and then got ran out. Whatever, it
It's
happens.
humbles you.
I put a cool design in the back. He's number 7, so I put a cool number 7 in the back of his head, and I went to go do something else for his tournament, so he stands out. It didn't come out in my head the way I had planned it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
Wasn't up to par. Wasn't up to your
it wasn't
standard.
there, and I was just like, ah.
Wasn't a duck cut standard.
Yeah, it wasn't. It
Oh.
definitely wasn't. Like, those things eat away at me because it's like he has to walk around with that, and I feel bad, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, it could be a lot better, but I was just like, man. And I
Talk-
didn't want to shave it off because then it's like, then he's just having a super high bald fade, and I was like, man.
Well, 'cause
we'll
yeah,
rock it.
What's
But
worse,
like-
he has to walk around with it, or Brandon has to walk around seeing it?
He probably, I mean, great. It's probably Brandon has to walk around seeing it.
Yeah.
50-50
Grayson
split.
don't care. He doesn't see it. It's out of
Yeah.
sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? But the
Yeah.
kid has the best hair in the family.
It's
so that's
so
gonna be,
good.
it's
Really?
gonna be
It
that-
is
oh my god!
so
He's like,
good.
his hair is like so thick. It's like he got Annie's hair.
Okay.
So it's like so thick and light.
Yeah.
that, I mean, it's fucking butter. When he gets older, I'm gonna use him for competitions.
Just goat it out the back.
Uh,
Okay, I respect it.
So it's probably like gone now. Like you probably can't even notice it.
Yeah. Okay.
But shout out Grayson, best hair in the family. Super jealous.
Props for fucking it up.
Amazing hairline.
It's so
He's
good.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, so my worst. This is actually
My worst?
the first ever worst best combo. Are you ready for it?
I don't know what that means, man.
And listen,
I don't think the segment knows what it means.
the worst being drunk Travis found out Saturday that we're in some sort of phase right now where the lines at these downtown fast food joints are just insane.
Oh, dude, they're terrible.
And I mean, I'm talking, I've, done my research, if you will, but like 10 p.m. to literally like 3 a.m., just forget about it.
Oh,
Just go home.
you're parked on Jefferson still trying to get in.
Yeah, and it is truly mind-boggling. So I said it played perfectly because my best then was being the next morning sober Travis, super thrilled, like felt better. My bank account's lighter, or not lighter, heavier because I kept my money. Like everything's just better when stuff almost like the universe like forces you just go the fuck home. Like don't do that.
What time did you go home?
Saturday. That was the other good thing. We went to the Tap. Shout out the Tap. Great place. Very chill. Very just fun.
Village Tap?
Yeah, fun vibes. I think I went home at like 10.
Yeah, that's the best, dude.
Yeah. It was a day. Gender reveals, man.
Ugh.
That's like the TikTok I sent where it's just like Will Compton's and the boys.
Yep.
That's like Taylor Lewan. He's like,
Oh,
best
I've
thing I
actually
love,
seen
dude,
that
is
one,
just
yes.
you crack one at 9 a.m. and you're with your
Boys.
but then you're done at 9.
Yeah.
You get another 8-10 hours of sleep in, and then you're just ready to go.
Feel
You
great.
Feel good.
Went to work, was rejuvenated, just ready to work.
So are these fast
See Wendy's at
food
work?
places? Because again, I couldn't tell you the last time I saw one at 1,
It's-
2, 3 in the morning. But is it like even now, like when you go during like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, nobody goes in anymore. So like,
no, it's drive-through
can
city,
you go in
baby.
at 1 a.m.?
No.
No.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Rallies you can because it's like outdoor.
It's
So
a weird.
there's
It's like
not-
it's like a cage almost.
Yeah, if you ever been into rallies, it's just like you walk in, you order, you walk out. All the tables and everything's outside, so like, it's not dine in. You just walk into an
yeah.
enclosure, order, you walk out.
Yeah. And then a slight worst 2.
Okay.
W2. The new water cooler sucks at work.
Does it?
Talked about it last week.
Love it.
Terrible. So
It's amazing.
it's not.
Is the water not cold enough?
No, when you fill up a pot for the coffee because you have to put water in it, the old one filled it up in what felt like 5 seconds. This one takes 10 minutes. It's the water doesn't. There's no pressure. There's no like. There's not a lot of.
Keep in mind, he's also 6 feet away from an actual faucet in the bathroom that he could just fill up the coffee pot with. Because again,
Coffee pot.
Coffee pot.
Are you
I'm from.
cool?
That's wicked awesome. That's wicked awesome. I'm from Boston.
But I'm like, you're making coffee with it. You don't have to have the most filtered water in the world.
Yeah, but our faucet water, like when I fill
Plus,
up,
I feel like you used the faucet when we had the old one anyway. Like, you never just stood under.
I did every time. Shows how much you know. But
No, you
the thing is,
Well, it's because you have tighter seals.
well,
That's
that
brand new.
No.
It's not loosey goosey, dude.
no, the other one, it was just the OG one with like the flapper paddle. Like this one's just too.
What's this one have?
It's just fancy, and there's
Push it in. There's a little like.
yeah,
Sensor?
Yeah.
Or are you just,
no, it's the
No, I
little
mean, it's a
like
hard
like a
little
top,
lever,
like a
but,
fountain
yeah,
top
like what
machine.
you do.
no need for it. Give me Old Faithful back.
There's
Like
cold,
I said,
and
it's,
then there was colder. I love it.
it's trash. All right, PBOs. Let's shoot him to the moon. Put him on a
the
rocket,
moon, baby.
Send him to
To the
Mars.
moon.
Send him to Mars.
Well, leading up to my terrible run at cards,
Yes.
we
Nice.
had a birthday dinner for my sister. Shout out, Britt Nasty. 30.
Brittany.
Well, I'd say her age.
Second
You
guess.
Probably shouldn't do that on the pod. So I'll
Second
say
guess.
happy 25th birthday.
She is 30 something.
Well, who knows? Nobody knows.
30 and flirty.
Yeah, we went to shout out again. Was it Pub 1802?
1802.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just assumed it was going to be a bar, and I called my mom, and she was like, "No, they have a family room. Like, you can bring the kids." I'm like, "Awesome."
Is it a family room? I feel like it's all just pretty bar adjacent.
No, it is. And I asked, I was like, "So is this like a Wrigley situation where after a certain period of time it turns into a bar?" Like, nope, this whole section is just family room only for the duration that they're open.
They're
Okay.
not shying away from customers. They need all they
I was gonna say
It's
yeah.
been 95 different places over the last 10
Yeah.
years, but
Yeah.
Shout out Mid City.
yeah, there was like 10 or 15 of us went out there, and then we went back to my mom's, and even though I was losing, we played cards, hung out, just nice
1
little
and 6.
family birthday gathering, just good times.
People don't forget.
Shout out Ice Cream Cakes.
Yeah, Britt had a good time.
Ice cream cakes.
Love you.
Fuck hard,
They're
dude.
the worst. We'll save that for
Shout out
another
Britt.
day.
Happy birthday. Happy belated.
Happy birthday, Brittany. Thanks for voting for me last week. Bless your heart. One of the only.
I know, but well, that's the thing too. My aunt, she goes, "Hey, did you win?" And I said, "No, I got fucking hosed."
I don't know about that.
The roster was so much better. But-
Closed by 9 votes. Okay. Not counting comments, not counting DMs.
So it's funny because I listened back to try and like do homework research, whatever you want to call it, and I realized what you were asking, and you said like if we could all redo our first round picks, and you're saying if I got to pick him instead of you, yes. So what I was trying to say in a roundabout way, because sometimes I can't fucking talk, is your roster was
Podcaster.
trash, respectfully, after your first round pick.
I don't believe it was, but okay.
Trashier than ours.
I got complimented on 3. Check the comments. Where Skur only got complimented on 1.
5.
I got
No.
complimented on.
You got complimented on Arthur Bishop. Shout out Adams.
Right.
That's only 1 where it was John Wick, Achilles, and Bruce Lee.
Square picks, but I
I
mean,
mean Bruce Lee's taking out Ivan Drago all day, and Dalton. Don't even get me started.
brother, Dalton is a white Bruce Lee.
White Bruce Lee.
Is that
No.
right? Yeah, that's correct.
No.
Bruce, he might be Bruce Leonard. You know Bruce Lee. I'll tell you that.
BL's either way, baby.
I mean,
Cheers.
he had a character there that was half immortal, but we let it slide.
Yeah, well,
Come
yeah.
on.
It
And that's not the one you guys are complaining about.
I know. Yeah. So,
No, I
anyways,
am.
anyways,
We're
what-
digressing.
What's your best?
We're digressing.
What's your best? What's your best? Come on.
Piggybacking off of birthday, it was anniversary. I
Yeah. Oh.
mentioned it last time. So last Wednesday, 7 years. Point to heaven, 7 heaven, baby.
Tally it.
We're in it. Went out to dinner. got dressed up, went out to dinner.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Mercado, got the tacos and the guac. Actually, shout out that guac, man. It was actually really good.
Fuego.
Yeah.
That's Spanish for fire.
Walked around downtown. Her aunt was in town. Randomly, just got there that night from Portland. So we went and had a drink with her.
Her aunt lives in Portland?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's keep Portland weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, what did we do? Oh, we went home after that. We just went home.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured it was one of those where I remember calling you Saturday, and we were just, all of us from the gender reveal were just on a wave. Like we were, I love those days when there's a ton of people together early, and the majority of the group wants to just keep it going.
Keep it going, yeah.
Yeah.
And objects in motion tend to stay in motion. So you're like, hey, man, we're going to the deck. We got to keep the vibes. We got to keep it going. Because once you stop,
Yeah.
that's when things slow down. And then you just Irish goodbye. And you're like, yeah, man.
It's when it turns into that like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. nap that's
Yeah.
like, maybe it's just a sleep instead.
Yeah.
No, it's funny, speaking of the deck, I didn't realize they added on even more to where there's a back patio now off to the side that literally makes you feel like you're in the zoo, like the Fort Wayne Zoo.
Oh, like past the porta potties and everything?
Wood chips and stuff on the ground. Like, I love it. It's such a like nature-y just vibe back there. Might be my new favorite place to go sit if
Probably
they'll
fucking Mosquito City, though.
if they'll let me in. So we'll see.
We'll see. Also, I got a part 2.
Oh, okay.
First time ever.
I know.
B2.
So yesterday,
Never thought.
Lace Barber Co. went to a barber competition down in Indianapolis. One barber got first place. One barber got second place. So out of the 3 competitions that we went in, we hit the podium on 2 of them.
Because that's
So
gold,
shout out.
silver, bronze.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Josh got gold.
Josh got gold in his freestyle
Yeah.
haircut. So he did a design, colored Rocky's hair. I mean, the man's a beast. I'm pretty sure it's his 20th first place trophy. And
Not to
his
brag.
overall was like, I don't know, there's a shit ton. But he's a monster. But shout out Jordan for getting second for best fade. And I feel like that's like a harder category to get into just because the fade is the fade and you just got to blend that shit.
Which I've
So
heard
shout
you.
out Jordan, man.
I've heard you talk a few times about how Jordan is very like he's quieter of the group.
Yeah.
But he gets his shit like he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's you
Like,
love to
our
see
4
it.
owners are hands down, like, they fucking push it down.
Yeah. You love
It's
to see it.
amazing.
Love to see it.
I don't know how long we've been doing WAVs, but I feel like it's been a staple for a while.
Yeah.
But I remember, I think it was one of our earlier pods. I don't know if it was like your best or your worst. So I actually might have been both. How many of these have you gone to? Because there was one where I think you like had to drive home from Indy or something happened. And
We coming back from Cincinnati or
Yes.
coming back from Philly.
And it was
It was
something
like
like
the
that,
third
and
one
he's like,
since I've
ooh.
been in the shop.
Yeah.
And that last one was coming back from Philly. I didn't compete. It was my birthday weekend.
yeah,
Happy
So
birthday.
I went nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not competing. I ain't got shit to do tomorrow. If anybody wants to go ham with me, I'm in a new city. I'm going nuts.
I will be the biggest slap happy cheerleader the
Oh,
next
yeah.
day.
And then we just had to do the competition. It's now 11 o'clock, and we have to drive home. So then it's just like, we put it all on Jameson. Well,
Puke.
because he was like, I'll drive home. And we're like, okay.
Worst-
Nobody's fighting for you for it.
Worst
And
agreement
shout out
you could
to
make.
him, dude. He drove the entire way. And then got to the last hour, stopped at a fucking rest station. It was like, guys, I'm so tired. I don't think I can make it this last hour.
Dude.
And I was like, I bet my life you do because I ain't fucking driving.
We need to do a different pod, different day. Maybe a top 3 of like worst contracts in history. Agreeing to drive.
Oh, yeah.
It's a suicide mission.
I'm always like, if it's a trip, it's there, and I'm first or second. I'm not no later driver.
Yeah.
1, I have like very bad like night blindness, and then 2,
Sure
if
you
it's
do.
raining. No, I'm serious. Like astigmatism and shit like that.
Duh, your
I
eyes are
can't
just
fucking
closed.
see. I just can't fucking see. But I'll drive during the day.
Oh
and
yeah.
I'll fucking rock that shit.
Yeah,
out.
first hour or
But
2,
I'm-
those hours are goaded.
first hour or 2.
I think I drove to Philly after Josh, and I think I put about 5 hours in.
We got a pizza journey to take on this pod. I tried to do it, but a different pod, different day.
Different
Okay.
pod, different day.
Yeah. All right. Good best, my friend.
Big enough.
How's it, baby?
I just have one.
I thought you already
All
used
right.
it.
No, that's
No,
it.
he had a worst and best worst.
Remember, it was a combo, first ever.
Well, I figured you were just getting them out of the way, but it's all right.
2D, 1D first. My best is my mom's just been absolutely cooking me lately with roasts.
Nice.
Like, they've been good. They are the classic, like, she doesn't even know she's cooking me, and I'm just fried. So the one night,
It's wicked awesome.
it's wicked awesome, getting bent.
Mata with the zingas.
She's throwing heat, dude. Like, I'm in bed, and it's one of those where I think I even try to, like, branch out to, like, see what socially is going on, and you can just tell nothing's happening. It's like, honestly, this is probably what I should have done anyway, so sweet. I'll get some good sleep. I'll go to work the next day. I'll feel great. Get a phone call at, like, 9:30, 10. Hey, bud, what are you going up tomorrow or are you going up Saturday? What are you talking about? She's like, the party. Which day you going? And I'm like,
Is she from Boston?
well, I'm like, what party? And she's like, you know, the party up at the lake. Like, which day are you going? I figured you were going. I just didn't know which day. And I'm like, didn't get the invite. And you could just tell she's like, oh.
I raised the loser.
She's like, all right, well.
Have a good weekend, bud.
Yeah, she's like, if something changes, like, we'll be there. We got a boat. All right, bet. Like, I got to work. Okay, buddy. Love you. Bye.
Wait, so she went and partied at the lake and you were watching the dogs?
Yeah, shout out Bartley. No, a different time, different weekend. Bartley and his family put on the Crooked Lake.
Oh, yeah. Jam Fest every year.
The thing on the sandbar. Looks awesome. I guess she just goes now.
Nice.
And like I said, dude, my mom's just 70.
Tito's was sponsoring it this year, dude. It was big
Really?
time. It was big time.
Scott Cohn, I'm talking to you if you listen to this. Yeah, it's one of those weird things where I think it's kind of come full circle where she's just like, bless her heart, casually dating, casually just going out there and living life. And I'm like, fuck it, you did it right. You deserve it. But there was a second roast that came into play.
Dudes all around.
MDs, baby. No, the next one. So I pull up to her house out in Ohio, and I get out of my truck, and she just goes, sick outfit. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, I mean, look at you.
Yes.
Tie-dye shirt, Laker shorts, Birkenstocks with the socks.
She's not wrong.
Hear me out, though.
Did you have a hat on? No hat.
Hat.
Yeah.
She's rocking a tie-dye shirt, basketball shorts, Crocs. And I was like, we're essentially wearing the same fucking, like, energy outfit here. And she's just like, what the fuck is that?
Do as I say, not as I do.
I was like, I tip my cap to you,
She's
Mom.
like, I'm 40, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, I was just like, God damn. I was like, all right, I'm getting fucking just roasted.
Also, she's got an SO. You got nothing, dude.
That casual SO, though.
Hey, that's all right.
I respect it. I would love to have one someday.
We'll strive for it.
Yeah, maybe we'll make an episode about it. Who knows?
Those are
Ladies, he's single.
No, those are wabs. We have one more offspring wab to close it out.
We'll
So,
close it out. Okay.
yep. Shout out Kyle. His worst was a trip to Missouri, which
Ugh.
I'm assuming is over here somewhere.
Towards the west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
straight to the west.
You're just driving.
The big St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri.
There
That's
it
the
is.
capital. Nice.
It's not. It's not, is it?
St. Louis, Missouri.
It's not.
Where does the St. Louis the capital of?
Well, I'll think of it before the pod's over.
That's what Nelly called his group. St. Louis. St.
Anyways.
Lunatics.
Yeah.
And then his best was he stopped working and he put an F with a slash and a T jobs. So I'm assuming he meant he stopped working 3 full-time jobs, which I kind of feel like is impressive in itself because
3 full-time jobs.
because I would assume that means you're working 24 hours straight, correct?
You're working a lot.
I
Yeah.
mean, you're working a lot.
Because I figure
You get to a number, it's just a lot. Like you don't
Yeah.
calculate it. I just
Yeah.
work a lot.
because not to go too far on a left turn because we'll wrap it up here. I worked at one point at Smoothie Queen, Best Buy, and Zoomies.
Smoothie Queen? Is that a thing?
That's what I called it. It was like the nickname of it,
Okay.
like Smoothie King.
That's
But yeah. Anyways, for
Say it again. What was the third one?
Zoomies,
Nice.
skateboard stuff. You get it. Grind.
I get it, yeah.
For Black Friday, I worked 24 hours straight, and when I tell you by hour like 20, you just don't even know what's happening. Like I was asleep for half of it, and it's just like, just put me down.
Sleeping on a job. Love it.
Yeah, but thank God,
Best.
thank God. Shout out Zoomies. They had a couch. I was just like, count the money, man. I hope it's there. I don't fucking know. Like I'm burnt. Like, put me down.
That's tough.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, dude.
Super
Black
tough.
Friday at fucking Best Buy and then Zoomies in the mall. Ugh.
Here's another thing. Mini shout out. Best Buy back in the day when it was like before everything's taken over and Amazon rules the world, they would like, we were putting on like hardcore like Lil Wayne getting fucking jacked, and like our bosses would come out and they're like, this is where we fucking hold them. Don't fucking bend to the pressure. And I'm like, I'm fucking ready. Like, let's go. Let's sell some shit. So, yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Not anymore now.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Soul sucked out of me.
I mean, I still walk in there on Black Friday.
It's like, what,
Normally.
to see TVs for $5 for the 100th time in a row? Like, I'm over it.
But if it's a good TV for $5, I'm copping it then.
Sure, might as well.
Yeah, either way.
Okay.
You never know what your kid's going to do.
We wabbed it. We're wabbed out.
Wabbed out. Let's do it.
Wabbies.
Again, write us, email, DM us, whatever. We'll get you out here. Talk about it.
Connect with us.
The Wabs.
Boom.
Moment you guys been waiting for. Top 3.
That's a good sound. I like that sound. That sounds sick. Okay.
Just making sick beats here, folks.
Who came up with it?
You did.
Did I?
He came up with the title. You came up with cards.
All right. Top 3 of something this week is card games. 52 card games.
It's doing everything in my power not to shoot these out, but I
Right.
just
52 card pickup, baby.
Already did, baby. I will actually start if that's okay with you guys.
As you
Yeah,
should.
that's perfect.
Okay, so as always, it goes bronze, silver,
Silver,
gold.
gold.
We leave the best for last for a reason because we do not want you to stop listening. So at my bronze, coming up to the podium, it is hockey.
Whoa.
She's a new one.
Bronze?
And you want to know?
Hockey?
Well, because I based it off of, again, my personal experiences.
It is your
As you
oh,
should.
because you're not good at it. That makes sense.
Oh, and guess what? I have this here because you, my friend, you're on some thin ice.
Okay.
Hockey joke. It was allegedly invented by Ida Spence in Eddystone, Manitoba. That's in Canada during the 61-62 hockey season.
Love it.
In the unofficial official rule book, I actually love that they refer to possessions as breakaways. I don't know why we
Okay.
don't. I love that. Breakaway is such a sicker word than possession.
Makes sense.
They're on a breakaway. Love it.
well,
'Cause that's when you score on a breakaway. You can carry
well, they're
possession.
also not synonymous. So, like, I could have a breakaway in the other end, or I could have possession on the other side in the other person's zone, but I'm not on a breakaway.
Regardless, Ida came up with it in 61, so I think breakaways should probably stand taller
Now we're
than...
sticking with possessions, but keep going.
Right?
Huge, I put, potential hot button issue. Dute, I'm talking to you.
All right.
In the, again, unofficial official rulebook, you can gain instant possession, aka a breakaway, matching the goal car scored. Matching the goal score... Say that 3 times. The goal score card.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying too,
I also
but
don't like
we
it.
don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's a hot button issue to me, where he just literally talked about playing all Saturday.
I was peeing. So, my thing is...
Oh, because you're the guy that's always like, oh man, I had open cards, so the goal got scored. I also had that card.
Not even that. You need to listen. Ida Spence
Punk.
from Eddystone made this game. And you're just going to tarnish that legacy that quick and make your own version. I guess I respect it. You got balls, kid.
Yeah.
But fucking respect your elders. You showed me this game, and you're not even going to show me the correct version.
I showed you the version I was shown.
The real version.
Yeah.
This is the real version.
You guys are
The
hosers.
first game of basketball is played in a peach basket. Nobody talks about it now.
No backboard.
Irrelevant. Stick to the same sport. Hockey.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna leave a lot of meat on that bone.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna
Yeah,
revisit
there's
that.
the-
thing.
yeah.
We're gonna revisit that.
That's my bronze, guys. Yeah, hockey.
hockey.
Not the game on the ice. The game with the cards.
I go. Doesn't matter. So,
Clockwise.
Clockwise.
yep. My bronze.
My bronze.
Love to hear it.
It is.
That's why it's your turn.
honestly, I don't think it gets nearly enough recognition.
Go ahead.
It's Bid Spades.
I thought you were going to say solitaire, and I was going to lose
I know what you're
it.
talking about.
Bid Spades is a phenomenal game. And,
Sounds like one you have to think a lot.
well, I mean...
What word are you even saying
you
in the beginning?
Bid. Like you
Bid.
bid on how many books you're gonna get.
Like, do you know how to play the actual game of spades?
God, no.
Okay. So basically...
I just learned hockey like 3 years ago.
Okay,
Give me
so
a
there's
break.
the 4 of us.
There's 3 of us.
I'm saying, like, there was a 4th
It's
here,
a partner
and we're
game.
playing.
It's
It's
a
a partner
partner
game.
Ah,
We deal all of the cards out, so you're holding 13, 13, 13, 13.
that math doesn't. Yeah, it does.
It does. And basically,
I just did it.
one person starts, and it's similar to euchre, but there's no jacks in terms of being bowers.
Right.
And spades are trump. Every spade is trump.
Oh, so it's like an easier version of euchre.
Kinda. You're playing with every card. I get
Correct.
what you're saying.
But
Yeah.
with bid spades is you and your partner have to bid how many books you can get together.
Oh, I love it. I'm already in.
Yeah. And
Anytime you got to bet on like side stuff
right, and
before
like
the
so,
game even
and
plays.
if you don't get the exact number, like so, if we bid 7 as a team and only get 6, we get set and we go back 100. Do you go back 100? Or you go back what you bid?
100 what? Units? Points?
Points, yes.
Points. You played at 500.
You played at 500.
Can I just bet 500 points right out the rip?
No, you don't bet 500. You bet how many rounds you're going to win.
Correct.
So how many books you
So
bet.
say as a team we say we're going to get 8 tricks and we get 9.
Now they're tricks. First they were books.
Books, tricks, whatever.
Well, then
Round,
use the same
whatever.
verbiage. I'm trying
Okay.
to learn.
They're all different, but they're all the same.
Right.
Here's
they're
a
all the
trick,
same.
here's a
Everybody's
book.
That's how you know you're a real card player.
Yes.
Yeah, 7
Anyways,
chapters.
So if me and you are partners and we say, and again, we're not talking, like I don't say, I have this card. I'm just saying, hey, I could probably get 4.
That's table talk.
Yeah, but
It's
he's looking at his
necessary in
hand
this
and he's
game.
going to go, I think I can get 4. You're going to look at your hand and be like, I think I can get 3.
Right.
Are we adding them
Okay.
together?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, some people do, and some people, but like, and you're not using like expletives. Like I'm not saying like I guarantee myself 3. Like okay, I have Queen, King, Ace of Spades.
Yeah, it's table talk.
Correct. So you're just like I can get 3. I can get 3. Okay, we're gonna get 6 as a team.
Right.
And if we get 7, we have 61. So that one extra book that we got is called a bag.
Oh, secure the bag, baby.
Right.
You don't want to secure that.
No, because if we get 10 bags, we go back points because you can't. It's basically sandbagging. Like we want to guarantee that we don't get set. So it's like, oh, I bet we could get 7, but we're only going to say 5 to be safe.
Suck my bag. Sorry, I'm better than you.
Well, you're not better because
But you're not.
You're a
because
terrible
if you're
bidder.
better, you would know how to bid.
So you have to land correctly
Yes.
That's
on
the
the
goal
exact.
every
Exactly
time.
on-
So you have sometimes you could get a book, but you throw off because
No
you're like,
sh-
oh,
yeah.
we're way ahead of the game.
That's a lot. That's like double agent, just tomfoolery going on.
That's why it's called bidding spades. Whereas spades regular, you just play to win 7 books. You
Correct.
just
You're just like, oh, first one to 7. Like that's just amateur hour.
Yeah.
Why do we never play it then?
Because it's not a mainstream game, and most of the time it's when you're at these parties now, it's either one and done or a series at best. Like
Yeah.
you said, bid spades. You sit down, and you play to 500. Like you're gonna be at the table for an hour.
Bring it on, baby. I love that. Let me get in there.
But then you have everybody else that wants to play it. It just
Right.
alienates them.
Fuck those
Now, if you're just
people.
like, hey,
That's
I'm
what
gonna,
it is, you
if
know
you're
what I
just
mean?
like, hey, I'm gonna have 3 people over. We're gonna play cards tonight. We're gonna drink. Maybe have some gentleman bets. Who knows?
I thought you were gonna say some jazz cabbage,
No.
some devil's
Yeah, too.
lettuce.
But no.
Yeah, little devil's lettuce.
Shout out to my buddy Mike Fudge. We were always just classic, just rivals and enemies in cards in high school. Like we just never played together. We always played, other games. But somehow when bid spades was on the table, we would just find a way to play, together, and we did pretty well. So love that guy.
Well, I'd love a
Shout out
chance.
Mike Fudge, man.
Love a chance to play.
Yeah.
So
We just taught you. That's my bronze.
That's
Yeah.
the bronze.
tricks, books, bags,
Yeah.
chapters.
My bronze, there's
say?
going to be a central theme to my games because they're personal to me and it's how I play and it's what I like
That
to
should
do.
be the top threes.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's Kings. It's a
Oh!
fun game. It enables everybody to play, so it's not just 4 people playing. Everybody's playing.
Yes.
And I like Kings where every card is a thing.
Yes.
Like it's not just from 7 above. Like every single card is a thing.
We're talking about King's the drinking game, correct?
King's the drinking
Okay.
game.
Do you play the rendition where the cards get put under the lip of the
Oh, yeah.
beer?
It's
Yeah.
pop the top. I don't like to play mushroom.
Yep. What is mushroom? Just for people
Where you
that
just lay it on and then you have to have at least 2 corners hanging off.
too
each
much
card
thinking.
put on there.
Yeah. It is.
But bid spades, I'm all in.
I am. It is the one well, there's a few, I bet, if we really had to think about it. Kings invites everybody in.
Yep.
So when a party is that weird, like, I don't even want to say like guys are here, girls are
It's
there.
like the beginning. People
Yep.
don't know where we're at, like what's going on. You just
Yep.
hear music playing. Some people are still watching the last parts of a game. You're just like, all right,
And it's
let's
a
get it started.
it's a social experiment to feel everybody out too.
Yeah.
You understand who's in it and who's like, okay, you're kind of just being like weird, standoffish, prude,
And
whatever.
it like gets people to know other people because then they're like, okay, well I have this card, and then it's like, okay, 4s, we got a drink. 6s, now they got a drink.
Yep.
Then you're like, red, I gotta give this to you.
Yep.
So that's for you.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Great pick.
And I love
I forgot it.
the person that is like this super like Nazi drinking game guy where they're like no, that's the rule, or you have to say that, and it's like, well, no, the whole point of this
Just get fucked up.
is to us to have a good time and socialize. But it's like, oh no, you drew that card, you have to do this, or they like cringe like what you're saying. You're like, come on, man.
And there's weird.
Calm it
I'm
down.
a big rules cancels out guy. I don't like to carry on rules because there's always like got to take the green man off the thing, put him back on.
Plus another rule.
Spin around 3 times.
And it's early in the night, it's okay. But later in the night, it's like the less rules. Like, come on.
And I was just gonna say, there's a weird like hot take. Some of the rules that people have associated with some of the cards are terrible. Like, I don't know how at this point we haven't just filtered them out to like the funnest ones are assigned to these cards.
Yeah. I mean, I play 2 for you, 3 for me, 4
4 for horse, 5 for guys.
No, 5 never have I ever.
Oh,
6
okay.
for dicks, 7
7 heaven,
8
8
pick a
date, 9
bust a
rhyme, 10 category, Jack thumbs, Queen question master, King.
Rules,
Yep.
Ace,
Waterfall.
I couldn't tell you 4 of those.
And you want to know the
I couldn't tell you last time I played that game.
And my favorite thing that I feel like people miss out on with waterfalls is
you got to ask the question on which way it flows. Baby.
Bingo, baby. That waterfall's got to go clockwise or counterclockwise, and it's got to be a question that both parties know on each side of you.
Yeah.
Best. I live for those. I love questions.
Dude.
Kings,
baby.
Kings, baby.
All right.
Bronze.
I kind of wish I would have rethought my list a little bit here. So, my silver, war.
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay.
It's so good.
It is also known as battle in United Kingdom, and again,
All right.
I kind of like it more. Let's battle.
Let's battle.
And I didn't realize I put here, there's a ton of variations to this game. So there is one called Casino War.
Love that.
Pretty straightforward. It's just war in casinos.
Yep.
Yep. There's one called Automatic War. Automatic War is when anybody that lays a 2, instant war.
Really?
Yep, whenever you lay a 2. There's one that's called Peace, which sounds terrible. It's the lower cards are the stronger cards.
Okay.
So, opposite day.
Does Ace become 1 then?
That's a great question. I don't know. I didn't do that much of a deep dive. There is Underdog. So the losing player of a war, so when you have to lay out the 3 cards and flip the 4th, steals the victory if one of their 3 discard cards is a jack.
Ooh.
So a fun little twist of like,
sneaky.
you beat me, like, and maybe it was like, by a landslide, but then all of a sudden,
What if one of theirs is a jack?
reverse card again. I think you just do a war again.
Okay.
If you tie, because then it kind of plays
Double
into this.
war, are you nuts?
Casino War double down, dude. Let's go.
Split. There are 2 weird German variants dating back to roughly the 1930s. One is called Beggar Man and Life and Death. Kind of gets weird where it's just red suited cards versus black suited cards, and you essentially line up all your cards in a row. So like you would get all 26, I would get all 26, put them in a single file line, and we just flip them over.
I love that.
Yeah, whoever wins, wins. If they tie, you keep flipping. Like, and then that's like it produces a war in a sense. If you tie, like you just go to the next one. It is weird. Like it was pretty vague.
So you're just trying to win as many as 26, and you're the winner.
It's many books.
So it's basically just one round.
Tricks.
It doesn't go around.
See, you
Yeah.
get it?
Okay.
Yeah. So
I like that better.
But I like the idea.
That's a quick game.
Yeah, like you just line them up, and it's just almost like
And then it's
rapid
a field
fire.
game, dude. You know what I mean? I don't like this card here. I'm going to put this one here. I don't know what it is. It's face down.
Yep.
But you got a feeling.
Yes,
Sure.
and I like it. Yeah,
Adds a different element.
that's war, baby.
That's war.
Good silver.
I love war.
So
I'm actually a big peace guy, though. Don't condone war.
Well,
This was
low man always wins.
This was tough for me because this is one of those where I was like, if I'm handing out a contract extension, am I paying for past experience and what you did, or what I think you're going to do for me and what you're going to be able to produce for me? Almost like the last contract Kobe got, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But it's like they were
Super dead.
paying him for what he did as a Laker, not like because the end of it was just a catastrophe for the organization.
Yeah.
My silver's Euchre.
I knew it was gonna be somewhere.
It is the first game that I think that I remember playing, like, I don't want to say competitively, like there's competitive euchre, but like remember playing it with just other people that weren't like my family.
Yeah.
Like these people play this game. It's actually ironic because I asked my mom on Saturday when we were playing cards, I was like, do you remember who taught me? Or like when I learned?
Yeah.
And she was like, honestly, I don't. Because when we went to Hawking Hills a couple weeks ago, like I remember talking to my uncle, and he remembers going to like family functions, and they were talking about like when my aunt was like 8 years old learning how to play. And it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
And I have had...
Wicked smart.
Oh, yeah. And just the gambit of emotions during this game. Like, it's great. And it's just weird because when I was actually kind of like researching the game, everybody calls it a Midwest game.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
there's people across the country that
Everybody's
have
like,
no idea what euchre is, and it just baffles me.
Yeah, it seems very universal for cards.
it is not.
It's really, yes.
absolutely not.
Like, I remember my first spring break, we went down to Panama City.
Shout out Gatorade. Shout out Tierney. Yeah.
And we met up some people that they came into like our condo type deal too. And we started playing cards, and we asked some people if they wanted to play euchre, and they were literally like, "What's that?"
What the fuck did you just say?
And that's when I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, this
Are
game.
you kidding me?
And I've played games with people that like you could tell this is a very like family game or like very just centralized type deal. Euchre doesn't feel that way to me at all.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it's a big deal. Like, it's not
100% a big deal.
correct. Like, it's not quite like poker, like everybody knows, but like I still think if I came into a room and people were playing cards and we sat down like, what do you want to play? And I started cutting the deck up and they're like, well, what are you doing? I would still be surprised. Like, you don't know what this game is.
Yeah. As soon as you cut that deck and you whittle it down to the cards and they're just like, well, what are we playing? Why are you only using half the deck? And you're like, all right, you're not my partner.
At
I
all.
know that for a fact.
Correct. Like, it is. But it's one of the best card games I think there is. Clear as it's on my top 3. It's my silver.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I left it out only because you don't use all 52 cards. So those of you
I
that know
did.
what we're talking
Right,
about.
I know.
It's just nines to
Oh,
aces.
I didn't even. Okay, so that's you
So
literally
you
meant.
just play nines to aces, and then you have 2 scorecards, 6 and 4 of whatever.
You get to
suit.
10, yes.
Yeah, you just play to 10 points, and it's similar to spades. If you know what spades is, then you know that you're trying to win. There's obviously
I abided by the rules, and I didn't
best
even
of
try.
5. You're trying to get 3 books.
Yes. If we were
each
talking
round.
about cards, I just, in my heart of hearts, I couldn't leave it off. I just couldn't.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. I respect it.
24 cards. It's a wonderful game.
Silver.
Beautiful game. Silver.
Dute.
Again, going along with the theme, it's Mogulsby.
Woo!
And it's some people call it
Red
Ride
or
the
Black.
Bus, some people call it Red or Black. Some people
Oh,
call
Ride
it
the Bus?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
baby.
It's just the first part of riding the bus. I don't like to ride the bus.
Nobody does. The older you
'Cause
get, the
again-
less you play it.
Because again, like riding the bus, that singles it down to the worst person of the game, and you could just bully on somebody,
Yeah.
and they end up having to ride the bus. Where Mogulsby is like the part where everybody plays. So like first round, you just pick Red or Black. You get it right, you give out 2 drinks. Second round, higher or lower than that card, give out 4 drinks.
Such a fun.
Third round,
I'm
in
thinking about right
between,
now, and I'm
outside or in
happy.
between.
It's so good.
Outside in between, give out 6 drinks. Last round, guess the suit. It's always a spade.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that rule.
Yeah.
Give out 8 drinks and then flip the cards, give, take, give side, take side. Let's fucking ride.
So if your first 3 rounds go by,
Yeah.
let's say for instance you go spade, heart, club. When you have to pick a suit, are you going diamond every time to finish out all 4?
No, it's a spade every time.
Oh, you just pick spade every time?
I'd pick a spade every time.
It's a spade every time, just like a 2-0 lead's the worst lead ever in hockey.
Yeah.
It's just it's an
It's
unwritten
the
rule.
thing, because I'm usually the dealer, and I just
Yeah.
always like try to fuck with people every time. Because it's like, obviously, sometimes you can go post, you know what I mean? Just try to mess with people. But I tell them, I'm like, it's a spade every time. And you flip it, and you're like, well, except when it isn't.
We'll have to.
I'm still correct 100% of the time, because it's a spade every time, except when
Except when it isn't.
well, so it's funny.
60% of the time, it shit works every time.
So it's funny you picked that one because we'll have to try and figure out a way now that the table's cleared off or something. Who knows by then in November. Fisher was actually like, imagine Lil Jon, like just this prototypical hype man, but for riding the bus.
Oh,
like
really?
for whatever reason, people would just throw a deck of cards in his hand. And if like we didn't know, again, it's like the party, nobody's not sure what to do. We're just like, Fish, let's ride the bus, baby. And he would just be like, all right, people, line them on up. Here we go. We're riding the bus. And it's just like, yeah, this is a fucking good time. Yeah, dude. Good game.
And it's one of like the only games that I know of that has like 4 different names.
Oh, yeah.
Like literally, Mogulsby, like you said, ride the bus, red or black. It's like what? But
Mogulsby.
everybody knows it by a different terminology.
But once you start playing, they're like, oh, I played this. I call this King's Crabs. And
Yeah.
you're like, why?
Yeah, sounds good, yeah. Okay, gold medal round. The highly anticipated gold medal. Mine.
Yeah.
This one's I guess a quasi-sentimental pick.
Okay.
It is speed.
Ooh.
and I don't mean the movie, baby. Shout out Keanu. This one was actually invented in 1995 by Reinhard Staupe.
Love him.
Stape?
Swedish.
It's one of those where my mom taught it to me, and I said it may be one of the first instances.
Martha, 2 shout-outs.
Oh, yeah,
Man,
instances
shout
of...
out all over this place.
It was me realizing I love games that, like, test your mind. Like, they keep you on your toes. They keep
It's
you...
fast-paced. It's going.
Yeah, like, you have to just know what the fuck's going on, and I love that shit. Like, you're just like, bow, 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 bow.
Are you one of the cheaters that just keeps grabbing cards?
No, so it's
You never
always...
keep the 7 in your hand. You just keep going.
No, the biggest rule ever with speed, and I don't care what anybody says, 5 cards can be in your hand, and that's it at all times.
Are you a big lay them all at once guy, or do you have to go
one at a
by
time? One at a time.
Have to go one at a time.
Some people fucking
Those people
just
suck.
boom,
Yeah.
and then it's like
Yeah, and there's just something about like trying to go up or down with the numbers, whatever you want to do. And any game I put here where you have to just shout out something to like establish your win, love it. So when you hit the last card down, you have to shout speed or you lose.
yeah,
Yeah, love it.
I actually didn't know that.
Yep.
yeah.
Boom, speed.
Same thing when you chug a beer. Is the first one to have the cup hit the table.
Yeah.
Is the winner.
Bingo. It's just it's a staple. It's a rule. It's there. I don't care. You need it. I love it.
Love it.
Simple pick. That's my goal. Like it's.
It doesn't have to. It's simple, straightforward.
Well, no,
Yeah,
and that's what I was gonna say. It's
Those
one
are
of
the
those
games.
where I wondered because now you're thinking like hindsight when you're a kid and you don't fucking know what the hell's going on. My mom and I would play that like all the time, and I'm wondering if it's like, okay, well she's just not like butthurt necessarily, but it's like, well I'm not out with my friends playing speed. Like I'll just play with I'll teach my son. Hopefully he's fucking good at it, and then we just go.
She let you win.
I'd beat her ass, dude.
She let you win.
I'm
That's a
s-
classic mom.
I'm a
It is,
smart
it
kid,
is.
dude. Like when it comes to card games, other than
You're
everyone
a smart kid.
Dude, speed's my bag. That is my bag. 100%. I'm a big speed guy.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Movie and card game. Love it.
Well, so this will be the first on the pod too, because we've already had 2 of this. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say we probably don't have to divide this into 2 different ones.
Nope.
Ouch.
So, my number 1, I think it's safe to say that it's El Dute's as well. It's hockey.
Boom.
And
5-hole.
Really?
Yeah.
It's 5-hole in it, baby.
It has come around so much for me, and I think the reason I put this number 1 over euchre for me is because now,
It's funner.
I mean,
Drinking.
well, it's that, but I was almost going to say it's almost morphed into, you don't have to have drinks.
Or
But I mean,
hockey?
for like casual people to play, like if they just wanted to play the game, it's like basically how like when beer pong back in the day, you filled the cups up.
Oh yeah.
And now you just kind of casually sip. Where,
Oh yeah. We're not playing with
Correct.
a certain someone. Train wreck. Shout out.
exactly.
That's making you finish a beer every time.
And yes, so
they
like you
score.
sit down
Okay.
and it's like possession. Like
Now
most
it's more gentlemen. I do like a 3.
Yeah.
I do like a 3 drink goal.
correct. Like most people are gonna drink for possessions, but it's like
Casually-
it's like, hey, do what you want.
Yeah.
And it's like you could just sit for hours and playing like I'm not gonna say I can be drunk after hours, but the non-drinker would play this game
Yeah.
and have a great time.
Depending on the competition, man, how the game goes, like I'm ready to make you fucking rip a whole beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you're not very good at the game.
But it's a field game. You're such a fucking dude. I have
But my point is like you could take the drinking element out of it 100%,
Yeah.
and I would still play this game.
Because it is very much a card counting game, and you do like the better you are, the more cards you know. Like so, you know what's been played, you know what's coming back, you know what's left.
And there's still the chance that cards has that element to it where you're like, oh, there's only one more of these, I'm safe. And then you play it and you're like, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's
But-
it's
no.
maddening.
That's where I will bark up and say, I don't know how many times now I've played, insert any card game, hockey more notably, where it's I just get labeled the infantile, the idiot, the loser, and it's like I don't think I fucked up as bad as you guys are painting this picture, but you need a scapegoat. You need the guy that's going to take the fall, and I'm the fall guy. I've accepted that. However, I hate it with everything in my being.
Well, I just say it because you're always on the opposite team. I was trying to get in your head.
Sounds like it works.
Duh.
Well,
Nail
usually I
it.
try to be on
Rent
his
free.
team, and he's just like, no,
Well, I think there's
Well, because so many people want to be on my team. Dude.
fuck that, dude.
there's winning.
Broskies before Hoskies.
And then, but I think because, I mean, just like in any card game, there's staples and there's
Yeah.
rules, if you will, Hoyle.
Yeah.
And hockey has a few, But like I said, when I was talking about my worst, like I actively knew I made a mistake. Like I played a card that I should not have played, and it cost me.
There are times though where even when you're trying to focus, because that's honest to God, that is the only thing that matters in hockey is just focus. And if you lose it for one shift, one period, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And you
That's
have
where
to
the drinking comes in, man.
For those of you out there that don't know this game really quickly, just as fast as you could be lessened, basically, it's just a matching game. So if I play a card and the person to the left of me matches, that's called
the suit.
Breakaway.
Yes, so if I play a 5 and they play a 5, that's a possession.
Breakaway.
The goal is to get 2 matches in a row. So then if my partner plays a card and then the person to his left plays and matches it, that's 2 matches in a row. That's a goal. They're up 1-0. And a jack's an automatic match. So if I play a 2 and somebody to the left of me plays a jack, they automatically have a possession. So 90% of the game is just playing cards. Like you're just throwing cards out there because there's not a ton, but it is so addictive.
And you want to know...
Do you play jacks count in a fight, or do you play no jacks? Has to be authentic.
Has to be authentic.
I was going to say, there are 2 things that I need to speak up on, and I will forever die on the hill. 1, a fight is 4 cards. Now, I don't care if one of them is a jack, because a jack turns into said card.
I need all 4 of the same card, even if there's jacks in the middle. All 4 cards have been played in the same round.
No, because I don't know who argued it, because I think we were on the same side. We had 6 cards, I think, in a row. Jacks intertwined, and the person goes, that's not a fight. And I'm like, how many more fucking cards do you need, my guy? Like, there can only be 2 more.
No, and again, which is crazy because these games have evolved. It's like beer pong with me.
Yeah.
Like when I play beer pong now, I don't know what people are talking about. There's 95 different things.
Gen Zs.
When I'm like, when I played, you threw balls into a cup and if all 10 disappeared, I win.
Watch those
now
elbows.
It's behind the back and all this shit. When we played hockey, 4 cards had to match in a row and that was it. If there was a jack, it canceled everything out.
Last
Do
thing.
you play fights carry over possession, or is it wipes clean?
Wipes clean. Fights should wipe clean every time.
No, if my last card is, say, the 4th 4 and it's a fight, we have possession.
Yeah.
No, it should wipe clean. It's a fight. Like we scrimmaged. Like we're done.
It's a little scramble.
A little scrummage.
But
no,
go ahead.
Last thing. Theories are a thing.
They're not.
I want people to keep your eyes peeled when you play hockey. Hopefully we introduce people to hockey. You're wanting to play it more. You're intrigued. Theories are when a card is played.
Especially when there's a 2D, 1D hockey tournament.
Bingo. Potentially. Rumor mill. I have never witnessed more in my life universe stuff to where you will play cards above and below the card prior.
Because subconsciously you just think that's a safe play.
Subconsciously, fuck that. You're just...
It doesn't have anything to do with anything, but if somebody lays a 5, you're going to be like, well, every single card has the same odds of being played, but I'm going to be like, well, that's a 5. I'm going to play something similar to that, because subconsciously you're like, well, he's probably not going to have that.
Well, if I card counted right and 4s have been not played, I'm probably not going to play a 4.
Right, but you're just like subconsciously, you're like, I'm going to get as close to the 5 because you think, well, he thought that was a safe play because he doesn't have any cards around.
But consciously, I'm subconsciously thinking...
Oh, you're subconsciously my subconscious right now?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's like my brain thought on how I play and why I play the way I play.
Theories are real.
They're not. They're stupid.
You crushed it.
Top 3.
I love it.
Top 3, baby.
So real quick though, to tie a bow on the whole cards thing.
Sure.
And again, some of these they're one-offs and you're playing by yourself, but let's say in theory there's euchre, there's hockey, there's either spades, bid spades, something like that, and we don't have to name names. Would you feel comfortable having a singular partner in like a round robin, like you're playing all of those games?
100%.
Or if you could pick a person for each one of those games, like would you pick a different person, or is there a guy or girl that you have in mind where you're like,
no,
die in the wool,
you want to know?
Or die, we're going.
You want to know where I just get shot right in the heart, shot through the heart,
and it's all right.
Are you to blame?
I would pick either you two, and I know neither of you would want me. That sucks.
Well, I mean...
Well, there's always a reacher and a settler.
I'll settle for you guys.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that works.
I'm pretty sure it would. Yeah. Either way.
I would
like,
usually have one person. I would usually have one person, but like, if we started playing on this table and then they started playing on that table, a different game, if my partner lost and he got picked up, or if I lost and I got picked up with a different partner, then that's just the way it is.
I
like to stick with the same
No, I was saying
partner.
like if you're doing more of like an Olympic format.
Beer Olympics.
And you could say, and you could keep the same person for everyone, or you could cherry pick and say, hey, I want Travis for hockey, I want Skur for euchre, I want so and so.
No, you got to ride or die through the.
Do you think you could pick a better team, or would you feel confident with the same odds with just one person?
One person, baby.
Depends on the person.
No, I want a fucking wingman. I don't want somebody that I'm just gonna ditch in 5 seconds. Like I
don't think me and Skur would ever lose if we played together.
You guys are such fucking egotistical dudes.
You just said you'd take either one of us.
You just said you'd take either one.
I know, and I would.
But I'm saying if me and Skur played together, I don't think we'd lose.
I would have to just beat you out of principle. So
Me
know
and Mike
that.
Parrish, undefeated in hockey, haven't lost.
Anybody out there, all
Ever?
offspring,
Obviously, we have. It's a running joke. We're undefeated.
all offspring, alert, alert. Trav Dad will take any partner to
He needs
play
a partner.
Skur and Dud.
Oh, we could put a few gentlemen's bits on it.
We'll post it.
Couple books.
Put it on
Set
the
it out
feed,
there.
live it up.
Yeah.
Hey, fourth guest. Who's it going to be?
I
We'll
will.
play game on the live.
I will
on the
respectfully
boob
not take your brother. Sorry, Brendan. Respectfully. I don't think he's a good card player, is he?
tube. Before the brouhahas kick in, yeah, he's pretty good.
The
Yeah.
two-hearted.
He's a
I mean,
thinking
he's
man.
smart. He's a thinking man.
Two-hearted.
He's
too
a
many.
big bell curve guy. Once you get over it, it's a steep down.
Oh,
slope.
Yeah. All right.
exponentially crash.
Perfect.
Those are top threes.
Top three.
There it is, baby.
Card stuff. Card stuff. All right. Build me in. Hit a button. Hot take time. Love it. Okay, so hot take. I have it this week. I prefaced here to tease them with a hey, how are ya? My hot take is, and just to preface, let's make sure we let people know.
Yeah.
The hot take is something that one of us comes up with every week, and if it stands on its own, it stands true, it stands tall. It is truly a hot take. However, if
No objectifying or slandering how
I
it's done.
mean, if you're going for a hot take to
a
get a
take's a
hot
take.
takes
Whatever.
Skur's been
for the
on,
sake of just getting a hot take.
yeah. What do you want to call it? Like a clout chaser lately? But it's been pretty bad.
I mean, it's
Dang,
been
don't
2
call
for
him a
2,
clout chaser,
and it's
man.
Yeah.
and it's perfect.
Little hype beast over
It's the
here.
name of the fucking segment.
For people that skip around and or just listen to the newest episode, he had a hot take that ketchup is overrated. He's an
No,
idiot.
get rid of
Just
ketchup.
Oh, get rid of-
Get rid of
We
ketchup.
don't
Hence my
need
point.
it.
Thank you for arguing it.
We don't need it.
You need it every time on French fries. Perfectly salted. But my hot take.
Get my plain Lay's chip then.
Fire, dude. I said, hot take. We need to get rid of using the phrase, how have you been? Perfect example was at the gender reveal. Probably dropped like 9 of them myself. And I said I heard another 4 or 5 get handed out around me. And I'm realizing more and more every day that I'm the guy you dread running into at a party who ends up talking to you for an hour plus. And I'm actually totally okay with that. I don't hate it.
So you don't want to be that guy at the party?
I
So we
am
need to
that
get
guy.
rid of you- So we need to get rid of you?
No, so here's my thing.
I was
I get what
gonna
you're
say,
saying.
are you replacing with something, or are you just
Or are you
altogether
just
getting
saying,
rid of it?
hey, how you been? Or are you just be like, what you been up to?
I guess I didn't think of it
What's new?
Right.
I didn't think of it in the sense of what do we replace it with. I think null and void, get rid of it altogether, because it is one of the more uncomfortable, just awkward interactions I've ever had with people, where it's the handshake, it's the dap. You say, how have you been? Insert whatever fucking, life's good, man. Keep on keeping on. Just, it's asinine, it's trash. And it's like, I put here the whole TikTok thing where, again, better or worse TikTok. The chick that's like, what's a scam that's become so normalized we don't even realize it's a scam anymore?
Yeah.
I put that ourselves and everyone around us is constantly good and okay. So I've always had that mindset growing up that there's no way it could be anyone I know. Like, when in all actuality, everybody's going through bullshit to some level, to some degree. So it's like, I get it. I just showed up to this gender reveal at 11:30 in the morning. I don't expect you to just dump your life on me. But I also don't want to do this weird thing of just like, hey, how are you? How's it going? It's like, good, awesome, yeah. And then just nothing. I hate it. I hate it so much.
But then it's like, hey, how you been? And you're like, oh, just working a lot, doing the podcast. Shout out the
Podcast.
podcast, bringing up the podcast.
And that's where I think it's funny you say that because I
You
almost
got shit going on, baby.
and I almost want to like I need to tell myself to start leading with that versus even just fucking work. Like I don't give a fuck about work. Like I work to collect
That's true.
a paycheck.
I work so I can cast the pods. baby.
Yeah, and it's I think a lot of people the more I start to realize it, I'm good. Is which is a hot take for a different pod, different day. The jobs people have, I almost never associate that to the person at all. Like there's not
Stripper?
hello.
That one I would.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Not to take too far of a left turn, it's like just because you do this, I know that could potentially mean nothing about you or truly represent you in any type of way. So I just want to talk to you as a person, and I'll bring up a story for shout out my boy Gurky. I won't go into details, but we went to the Tap. Shout out the Tap.
Hell yeah.
And we
Second time.
He literally goes, "Hey man, like Trav, let's go inside. You know, get some beers, whatever." We sit down. I didn't even realize what was happening, but we sit at the bar stools, and he just starts kind of telling me about what's going on, and like he's going through some shit, and I'm like, "This is what I fucking want, man." Like if I'm your boy, if I'm your friend, like I want to listen to you because I want to try and either help any way I can or just be the person that you fucking talk to because
Or just be the soundboard, yeah.
yeah, clearly you've got some shit on your mind. So like fucking talk. Like there's so much weird just stigmas built around like, hey, let's just have a real conversation, and I'm all for it. Dump
At a
whatever.
gender reveal
Dump
for brunch.
Yeah, dump
I
whatever
don't
you
think
want
so,
on me.
dude.
But
I don't think so, dude.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah, what's up?
So, if I'm going to get as much shit as I get for actually doing what this segment is and coming up with hot takes, which I truly believe, by the way,
Sure.
not making it up.
No one
in my life has ever seen me just
Consume
collectively
ketchup.
Right. Anyways, so for this take to be anything,
Be careful because we might have to fight before you do it.
well, no, I need you to clarify something because to me a hot take would be not only like, are you saying we need to get rid of the phrase "How have you been?"
Yeah.
But it's just like when I walk up to you at a party, any like just transition statements are gone. Like I got to be like,
Oh no,
"Hey
okay.
man, what's real?"
So here, no,
Hey, what are you doing right now? What are you doing tomorrow? What's
Because
up?
like if I say,
No.
"Oh hey, like
What's up?
what's good?"
no, shut
Bare
your,
your soul.
no, shut your
What's
butt. I got it. So I'm,
Well, let's get there.
I'm 4 BLs in. Chill out, brother. I just got there.
I need to know what the take is.
No, so I've been doing this as like my own little social experiment to a degree. Like I get that it's not like anything truly.
Since Saturday.
No, there's been a few instances where people have reached out, which again, a left turn, maybe different pod, different day. We content, baby. But when people do the thing where they go, "I had a dream about you last night,"
All right.
and now, so no. Let me preface. There's
It's never happened to me.
No, there are stages of it. There's degrees of it for sure. Because usually it's like, when I was in high school or whatever. Because I'll be completely honest, I was that guy. If there was a hot chick or something, you fire off the "had a dream about you last night," and you're like, I hope this leads into something like sexual. Like that's usually what every dream type thing is, correct? Or even if they showed up in it.
I've never said that.
No, that sucks. All right, well, tough take, hot take. We've all been there.
Pick up lines.
Yeah.
Not goated.
But so it's happened, and again, it's female friends, male friends, where it's like, hey man, like it was had a crazy dream. Like again, shout out Joe, handshakes. He has wild dreams, and he just puts them in our group me, and they're funny as fuck sometimes. So like, you know what I mean? We grow up and we're mature enough to be like, yeah, it was wild, lucid dream. That got brought to my attention by two different people. One was a male, one was a female, and both of them do the classic thing after that where they go, yeah, it's nuts though, but like, how have you been? And I've responded to both of them, and I go, honestly, I think that's the fucking worst question ever. I said it's so interesting to me because one, I could just say umpteen amount of cliches to you right now, and then that's where it dies. Or I could just unload on you with how I'm actually doing or my current state of mind, and you'll probably still just not do anything or say anything either. I do the latter. I do that. Both left me on red.
Nice.
And I think that's so funny to me, right? Because it's like, there was no merit or weight behind your message that you sent to me because you don't give an absolute fuck about how I'm doing. Which again, in a very blunt, harsh reality, I can respect it. Like, you said it because it's just, it's a courtesy. It's
the LOL at the end of a text message.
It's the thumbs up or it's interacting to my message.
Yeah.
And, sick. Don't text me next time, respectfully. Leave me the fuck out of it.
So, I
don't
guess...
know what the hot take is, but all right.
I know, right. I was like, because couldn't you argue, too, that it's actually a great question, and it's up to the other person to decide where they want to go? Like, you could be the cliche and be like, oh, yeah, dude, life's great. Like, I'm just hanging in there.
No.
You could be like, no. He asked me how things are going.
What?
I got punched in the face last night.
No.
My chick left me. I'm in the shit.
No.
Aren't you shouting out Gurky for actually telling you how
I'm going to tell him.
Exactly. But
that's what I'm saying.
He did not start anything with like, how have you been or anything like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Usually there's an alcoholic influence, that brings out better, deeper stories, which again, irrelevant. But I just think it starts at the root cause of like, hey, what's up? How you been? Change that. That is the catalyst to it every time. You have to change the root cause of it to affect change. You need to start the conversation completely different.
But by definition, though, it sounds like you're talking to people that you have not interacted with in a while. That's what that means. How have you been?
And
I'm not going to say that to you or
Yeah.
you. So what do I ask? If I haven't seen you in 2 months or plus, we're at a social gathering, we walk up to each other, what do you say to me?
So I was thinking about that too, not to like not answer your question or deflect from it. Me or my friend group and I that I grew up with through high school and college, I truly think in some way we kind of fucked each other's mindsets up because we hung out every day. And so we created this group, like this bond of just like ride or dies. We're together 24/7. We're doing shit 365. So now it's like anybody I find in my life, whether it's you or you, whomever, it's like if you're in my fucking Gaylord, circle, Fokker of trust, like if I don't see you every other day sometimes, like it's those weird, ebbs and flows of like, is this person even like me anymore? Like what the fuck's going on? And you just have to get that out of your mindset because people are going through all their own shit. And again, it's like I want it to get to the point where we just talk about the real shit that's, happened between the time lapse of seeing each other. Like, give me cliff notes, albeit.
But isn't that the question, how you been? And then you just tell me the real shit?
Right.
Nobody's
You don't have to say how you been?
So then hot take, within the hot take, nobody's expecting a real answer. Boom roasted.
That doesn't do anything for me. You're trying to say get rid of how you been.
Right.
And
How
I'm
do
saying,
I
That's how I initiate. I'm not going to know how you're feeling unless I ask how you been.
Oh, 100%.
And then like Square said, it's on the recipient of the question to tell you
how true do you want to be? You asked me, and I'm
Oh,
going to tell you.
for
Or
sure.
cliche it.
But you guys have to agree or admit to some level that the way it's phrased, the way it's positioned, you're not expecting anything back.
Oh, of course. You get a scripted answer, but also, too, it's almost like sales 101. It's an icebreaker. Like, you just want to get somebody talking.
Right.
How do I get you talking? Hey, man, how you been?
Oh, yeah, but again,
And you're hoping...
What's going on?
I just think maybe it's my own like weird interpretation on society and where it's going. Social interaction is going to shit. And I think everybody's just getting lazier and lazier with it, myself included, in moments where it's like, we just got to try to be better. Like, you just got to try to do different things, be different, and just say things, like we talk about, talk with the intent to listen. Like, there's enough going on anymore where even from what you post at a glance, whether it be on your story or your actual posts, you can probably gauge what's going on in somebody's life to a degree to where you can talk about something that has way more value than just saying, living the dream. You know what? Yeah, I'm pretty good. How are you? Like, it's just the most basic ass fucking like...
Well, I tell you what.
So you trying to get rid of small talk?
I think...
Oh, you did.
Because you have to start the conversation.
Yeah, this conversation has to start.
I think this is, and I'm not trying to critique your hot take, even though you've been doing that for mine for 2 weeks. I think the better take is you have more beef with the person on the other end that doesn't respond honestly. If I say to you, hey, Trav, how's it going? You're just upset with the person that's just like, oh, it's great, man. Whatever.
It's not even that I'm upset because I don't like...
But not upset,
you're associating
not doing what you actually wanted. Like, I asked you a question, how's it going? You should tell me, how's it going?
So let's take it, let's morph it. It's people being honest themselves with the question.
So you're saying, like, if I don't really care to ask how you've been doing, I just shouldn't talk to you.
No, because again, you're always going to try and do this extremist thing with me, and that's fine. I mean, I get it. I'm the fall guy. But
No, I don't know what you want from me. If I come up and I have...
what do you want?
Right, if I haven't seen you in months...
You want me to talk to you or you want me not to
I
talk
can't
to you?
come up
Yeah.
and ask how you've been, and I can't not say anything to you. What can I do to start an interaction with Travis, who I haven't seen in 2 months?
I'm saying what you're arguing, you're giving me pushback on me trying to shift a very lazy social norm.
Yes, and he's asking you, what are you shifting it to?
Correct.
So if we're
I
shifting
To
agree.
from,
be
if
better.
I
you're
agree
shifting
with
from,
you.
hey, how are you? What are we shifting to that initial icebreaker? What's the opening statement?
Right.
And
there
maybe-
has to be
What's my
something.
catchphrase? What's my joke? What's my thing?
Because I totally agree. Everybody says that with the statement that I'm going to get the, oh, everything's great, sun's up, that's a day above ground. Like, you're going to
Life's
get all,
a garden, dig
right,
it.
You're going to get all the cliches, but if you get rid of it, am I just going to get another one where it's like, oh, hey, how have you been? How's everything going? What are you up to?
How's the fam?
Right. Like, I have to start it somewhere.
Let's workshop it. What's the...
It's your take. You
What-
should already have this workshop.
I workshopped it enough.
I don't know what it is. I tell you what, though.
You
I
worked
will,
it into nothing.
I will make you a solemn promise right here on the pod. The next time...
I solemnly swear.
Yeah, the next time that somebody isn't advertently in my life or hasn't talked to me in an X amount of time, that it's like, hey, man, how have you been?
Lay it on them.
I'm going to give them a very important piece of my life that I wouldn't have gotten.
Hey,
Depending on how it's been. Like, I might have said, hey, you know what? I got into a massive fight with my wife last night, and it sucked.
my wife.
My life.
But then we made up.
Hello, coitus.
We always do.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm voting on when it comes back to your take, though, honestly.
It's...
I don't know what the take is.
You guys do, but
Are we
you
getting rid of small talk or are we not getting rid of small talk?
Because I think...
Are we
Small
getting
talk
rid of
can be
asking the questions without the intent of trying to listen?
small talk can be improved.
I agree.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Not a hot take.
Not a hot
Sick. Tight.
Perfect.
take. Okay.
But I mean, it was a great discussion.
It was. We got there.
That was a
Yeah.
great discussion to get.
52 cards, baby.
Episode
Wow, 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 wow.
Look at that.
Oh.
Honestly, guys, I think we crushed it. It's cards.
King
No,
wishful
cards.
thinking. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Sheesh, Louise. Actually, if we close this up early enough, we can go get some pizza.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a team building exercise for us.
Well, that's probably not going to happen.
All right.
But
Where's that from?
50,
Across the street?
Alto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have been there.
episode 52.
52,
We love
baby.
it. Shout
Two-card
us,
pickup. Let's
respond,
do it.
all
Yes.
of it.
What's your take on small talk?
I'm not very good at small talk.
No, that's
I'm not
okay.
gonna lie to you. I don't care about.
No,
unless
I
I
was-
care about what you're doing.
I was talking to the listener.
Yeah, I was talking to the offspring. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.